Hey guys, welcome to the Something About Tuesdays podcast. I'm your host, Phebe Joi. Join me every other Tuesday for a lighthearted podcast to keep you company while you do your thing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Something About Tuesdays, episode 75. I'm your host, Phebe Joi, and hi. Hey, and welcome. And you guys, you may not know this. Actually, you wouldn't have noticed, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This is my sixth time, maybe seventh time, trying to record this introduction, trying to get into this podcast episode. In fact, so it is Sunday afternoon. I tried to record yesterday, Saturday, like 5 o'clock, like kind of like what I normally do. And for whatever reason, maybe because of this wonderful winter storm, I don't know, but my microphone kept cutting off on me. Luckily, it would cut off within like the first minute or two. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just restart. Okay, I'll just restart. And then I was like, okay, I had gotten maybe 10 minutes into recording and I looked down and apparently it had cut off at who knows when. And I was like, what is this? And so I turned it off and then I started just recording raw. I mean, like just on my phone. And then my app shut down. Well, no. Did my app? Yeah, my app shut down, I think. It like, I don't even know what it did. And then I was like, let me try one more time. I think this was time number 6. And I have, of course, my precious co-host with me, Sweet Fee. And we got in and like I think she was done because she was like she started crying. I might at the end, if I have time, I'll throw in, I'll call in my something about Tuesday bloopers and show you my restarts and when my poor baby lost it. So anyway, you guys, welcome back. It is episode 75. I'm your host, Phebe Joi, and I am joined here by my co-host, Phoenix Joelle. My sweet Fee, or my sweet Pea is what I call her. She is resting. She was resting yesterday, until time number 6, but she's resting right now. If you hear little grunts or groans or noises, that is just her contributing to the podcast to the best of her ability. Yeah, so hey everybody, welcome back. We are now towards the end of January. Can't believe it. I can't say it's felt short. I felt every moment of it. It's felt kind of like just how it has been. Now I can't believe that we are 3 weeks from when I had my daughter. She's 3 weeks old. I love it. And yeah, so you guys, y'all know for my life, generally this podcast is about random thoughts about my life and what's going on and just things in general, right? Thoughts that I have. We're gonna get into this new phase of motherhood, the beginning parts of motherhood, because I've got thoughts that I have that I want to share, and hopefully you can relate to them. If not, that's okay. I'm sure it'll still keep you entertained. But anywho, first things first. When I started recording this yesterday, I had said, hey, we are supposed to have a snowmageddon. We usually have one each year. And this year, this is when it's supposed to happen. And this was supposed to be the doozy one. I mean, we were supposed to have up to 20 inches by I think the end of Sunday night. And I was like, you guys, I mean, it was snowing yesterday. I was like, bring it on. We're ready. My husband, he went to go get extra kerosene so our kerosene heater can heat up the house. He got some wood for our fireplace. I mean, you all, we were like, let's go. We did not do like go to the store and get all the milk and bread. Um, I think you guys, that's kind of like I don't, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Maybe from the Great Depression or something, like stocking up on milk and bread versus other things. But yeah, so we didn't do that. We did do a Kroger delivery probably Thursday and was like, there are some things we need. And in fact, you all yesterday morning before it was meant to snow, because it was supposed to snow around 1. So for Thursday morning, I ended up going to Kroger. You guys, I haven't left my house in in for anything. We'll talk about that in a second. So I went to Kroger that morning and just got a couple things. My husband's like, I want some biscuits. Okay. I was like, biscuits and cinnamon rolls and just a couple of things. Got me a smoothie because I was definitely craving that. Went to Chick-fil-A. You guys, I do have to, let me just go ahead and say, so postpartum, my appetite doesn't exist. It's so interesting how hormones play a role in that. You guys know how I lived on like Coke and Chick-fil-A lemonade? I still totally enjoy their lemonade, but you all, I literally haven't drinking a Coke since I've given birth. And we've got them. Like, we've got them stocked in our pantry because that's all I could live on. But you guys, I don't, it's not a crave, it's not like a desire at all, at all. I'm just like, I don't need one. Like, this is how I was pre, hi, honey. This is how I was pre-pregnancy, or like, yeah, pre-pregnancy. I didn't need a Coke. I didn't need any of it. And it's so crazy because during pregnancy, it was like all I could have was Coke, right? And now, like pre-preg, I literally haven't craved a single one. It's so weird. And my appetite, like I said, kind of doesn't exist. I have to make myself eat. I don't know if that's just because I'm so tired that I'm not even hungry. Or I don't have an appetite. I know my third trimester, I was starting to lose my appetite, just because I was nauseous and then I just wasn't hungry, but it hasn't come back yet. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like meds or what. Like, I'm not on that many meds. I'm on some blood pressure ones from when I was in the hospital, still on those, but like, I don't know. So who knows? Anyway, so I said all that to say that I did get some Chick-fil-A yesterday morning and I only ate half the burrito because I was like, I don't even like this. This isn't good. What? What? Like, how my taste buds have changed. You guys, I only ate half my meal and I didn't even get the full meal because I was like, I'm not that hungry. But I did enjoy the lemonade and I totally enjoyed my smoothie. My people. My people. I got disconnected again. Somehow my microphone got disconnected again. I don't know where exactly I left off. You guys, I will not. I refuse to record another introduction. I'm leaving the introduction and explanation in there, and I am jumping in wherever this happens to be in my introduction. So I know I started going into, I think you guys got a piece of it. If not, it's fine. I started going into how my appetite has gone um, post pregnancy and how I don't crave soda anymore, all of that. I already talked about all of that. And I'm not going into that again. But we're gonna move from there. We're gonna start there. Okay. Pretend if because I haven't gone back to listen to see how much actually got recorded. So if it got recorded, woohoo. So yeah, you guys, my taste buds have changed. What? My appetite has changed. Cray. But moving on. So we're supposed to have our first Snowmageddon. Oh, and I am recording this raw. Raw is no microphone, no nothing, just me and the iPhone, and hoping that it will catch my recording this way. But anywho, so we have, so if it sounds very different, I apologize. Um, but anyway, so our first snowmageddon of the year, they projected for us to have like 20 inches. You guys, it's Sunday, and we don't have that. We definitely have some snow. Luckily, we didn't lose any power, thank the Lord. Um, but we didn't have near the amount of snow that we anticipated, right? Which I am okay with, honestly. But Hubs and I, we are cozied up. We do have the kerosene heater going. It's supposed to be like low of 1 degree, like one digit degrees this week. You guys. Now I have been cozied up in my house all month, right? Since having my baby. I have only been out for her pediatrician appointments. She's had two so far. And you guys, I definitely am that mom that both appointments I have showed up with a list of concerns. Like, she's spitting up, she's breathing. I think in my last episode I talked about that first appointment that I was like, these are all the things. Yeah, guys, appointment number 2, I still had all the things. I was like, what about her skin peeling? What about the spitting up? And what about this sleeping thing, which is crazy? What about just all these things that I'm thinking about my precious baby with? And I'm like, oh, I'm so, concerned about all the stuff. But overall, she is doing well. But so I went out for my second pediatrician appointment. And then I went out. Oh, and then speaking of our pediatrician, and with that list of things, I also had pictures and videos to be like, okay, look. I don't think I showed her any, but I had them ready just in case. My pediatrician, she seems pretty chill, very chill, which I think is a good thing. Other than I'm like, aren't you concerned about my baby? But at the same time, it's like, okay, if she's like, that's normal, that's normal. It's like, okay, I feel like newborn stuff and pregnancy stuff, everybody's like, well, that's normal. It's normal until it's not. Like, what the heck? Like, ah. So that's kind of where we are. It's normal until it's not. Now my husband, he made the great mistake while we were there. He was like, she's like, how are things going? How's your baby? He's like, oh, she's so wonderful. She hardly ever cries. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Guess what? Well, my precious little Fee had to prove him wrong, and she cried the entire appointment for I don't even know what. I mean, she was naked for a little while, with her diaper on while they checked her. But then I put clothes on her, and she was still just that little cry that babies do, which I love her little cry. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like, oh my goodness, like what can we do to help? But it's still it's like, it's the cutest little cry. I don't know. When it's your baby, it's like, oh, I mean, it can be frustrating, but I think the frustrating part is that I don't want them to cry. Like, what's wrong with you? I want to fix it. I want to make it better. Not so much that she's crying, because I can understand she's crying. That's her way of communicating. But if I don't know what to do, then that part can get like, I don't know what to do, baby. But so she just cried the whole appointment. And I think she just did it because her father said she doesn't cry. And she's like, oh, I don't? What? So that was fun. But it was a good appointment. We have her next appointment, I think, in another 2 weeks, maybe a week, something like that. And I'm excited about that. I like her little appointments because I just want them to see her. I want them to tell me that she's okay, that we're doing okay, that she's doing okay, and everything. And so that was we went out for that. And then the only other time I went out, other than yesterday morning, was I went to my hematologist. I did have a follow-up appointment with them, and that went really well. They were excited to see me. They were like, "Did you bring the baby?" I was like, "No, I didn't." Mom watched her for me, but I did go, and they were very excited. And great news, they were like, "Your platelets are up." In fact, they were in like the 160s, which, you guys, I haven't seen 160 in like 2 years. I haven't been over 100 in like since all the pregnancy stuff. And so I was like, great, because normal is between 150 and 450. So the fact that I was like 160, low end of normal, but I was in the range, I was like, all right. So we were very excited about that. I do have another appointment with them in like a month, and again in a month after that, to see if my platelets will continue to go up or at least maintain, and to see if it's the lowering of my platelets is pregnancy related. Versus lupus related. So we're going to look into that. I've got rheumatology coming up in another couple months or month or so. And so we're going to hopefully figure all that out. But it was kind of nice to be like, okay, good. I'm glad my platelets, at least for the moment, issue seems resolved, and we are looking good. And so, like I said, I have been in this house for the last 3 weeks, and honestly, I'm fine. Like when it's the winter, I think because it's cold outside, I don't have a desire to go outside. Other than yesterday, where I was like, I want to go out and get my smoothie. Um, I haven't. I have been perfectly fine living in my house, and I have enjoyed it. I have not missed going to work. I definitely think I am building up to totally enjoying stay-at-home mom life later on. Hey, you guys. So as I keep getting disconnected and reconnected, because you guys, it just happened, I would just jump in. Okay, this will be piecemealed type of episode. I don't even know what to think. But anyway, so as I was saying, I am looking forward to stay-at-home mom life, having been home the last few weeks and enjoying it for what it is. I definitely think that's something I'm going to look forward to next year. So definitely excited about that. So speaking of mom life, all right, new motherhood. You guys, I am so late nights, right? So Hubs and I, we kind of have a system going where he will watch my sweet little pea from on days where he doesn't have to work, he'll watch her at night until like 2 in the morning. And then I will take on from like 2 to 7. And then he will take on at 7 in the morning until probably like 12 or 1 whenever I wake up. So it's kind of like our thing. Now, when he's gone back to work, he goes to bed at 11. And so I take her on at 11. So I'll try to nap between 9 and 11. Yeah, that rarely happens, but I'll try. I'll take her on at 11 or midnight. Hubs can sometimes do midnight. Um, and then I have her until he gets off work the next day, right? So these late nights, okay, late nights and this early motherhood, I have some thoughts on them, and we will just hear me out, okay? So to begin with, so new motherhood, nobody really prepares you for it. You try your best. I have seen so many things on social media and Instagram, Facebook, all the reels that honestly, I could pull my hair out. There's lots of like great advice, and I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. But then it becomes so overwhelming when you go to actually do it, or when you need it, or when you think about it, and it's wild. So I'm about to honestly go on like a social media fast. It's like I cannot look at this anymore. I've got to just focus on doing my best, right? But late nights. So in my 2 to 7 shift, which is when I have her most of the time, 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. Or if husband's working, from like midnight till he gets off work the next day. So I have that night shift, right? So I'm working the nights. And I found, you guys remember back when I used to tell you that it's dangerous for me to be up past 11 because then I want to get on Amazon or Shein and buy stuff, right? Yeah, let me just say that has come back with a vengeance. Late night buys is is my thing. I think I've bought four different times at night, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I'm like, and the worst is Amazon same day. Like it's like two, and it's like if you order by 7, you can get it by 5 p.m. today, and I'm like, let's go. So I have bought my precious baby some clothes, some little swaddling clothes. I bought her regular little clothes because she's a preemie and like literally nothing fits her. So I bought her some clothes because we've had struggles with getting her in her bassinet. I bought a heating pad because I am somewhat attempting to nurse. I bought my own self some nursing clothes to wear. And then, of course, just because I am who I am, um, some of the water weight has come off. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready to buy some regular clothes. So I got on Shein and I bought some what I think will be good hiding, like clothes to like help you look nice without, I don't know, like kind of good in between clothes. So I bought some of those, you guys. And all of this was bought between, 2 and 5 a.m. In the morning. So I will say if you're a new mom, or if you were, did you buy stuff at night? Did you just because you're on your phone, right? You're awake, you're watching your baby. And so I'm just on my phone and I just am like, you know what? I think she could use this, especially after you just try to put her in the bassinet and she cried her head off. You're like, what do I need? And you read all the forums and they're like, get a heating pad. So literally you put one in your car and you buy it, right? They tell you about a good swaddler. So what do? You immediately go on Instagram, or I mean on Amazon, and you put the swaddler in your cart and you are like, please let me get this because this is what I need. This is what I want. This is what will help my baby. And you get it same day, same day. But anyway, so that's been a thing. Now, while I'm having these wonderful late nights, I have these thoughts. And one of the ones I've had, you guys, I am a hygienic person. I have routines. I go to sleep. The very first thing I do when I wake up is brush my teeth. I can't not brush my teeth. Like it's just the first thing I do. These late nights have got me in a tizzy and like thrown off my schedule completely because I'm going to bed at like 7:30. After husband gets her, he gets her, and then I'm like, okay, now's my time to sleep. So I'm like going to bed in the morning. I'm staying up at night. I do brush my teeth every single day, but like when I am but it's like midday. Like it's when I wake up that second time. Like once he takes her at 7, and then I wake up at like 1, then I brush my teeth then and shower and all that stuff. And but it blows my mind because then like at night I feel so terrible because I am like so close and loving on my daughter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad because I think my breath stinks. And I'm like, this poor baby is having to deal with stinky breath. She's having to deal with a sweaty body. Like she's having to deal with like not the best of me is what I feel like. I mean, tell me I'm not alone in this. Because I am like, what in the world? Like I I do all these things, but by the time like 3 a.m. comes, I mean, it's been like a day already. And And I'm like this poor little thing. I'm just breathing in her face all the time. I'll eat something and then I'm like breathing in her face. I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, I do not want to breathe in your face like this. I know this is terrible, but these are the realities of what feels like motherhood and newborn motherhood. But anyway, so I feel bad for my precious baby and breathing in her face, and she's probably like, "Ma, ma." But I guess it's fine. We will see. And hopefully, she doesn't mind that. Hopefully, she doesn't mind the body odor. I think I mentioned that last episode. I was like, what is up with these hormones leaving my body? I have no idea. But that's a whole thing. And I will say, so I might have mentioned last episode that post C-section, I was in a lot of pain, and I really was. By second week, though, I did feel better. People said that. It didn't seem like it would really happen, but honestly, I did feel better. And by week 3, so this past week, I felt about the same as my second week. I don't think I felt drastically better as I did week 2, but I did feel a little better. I feel all right now. I still feel my body healing, and it blows my mind that just like I get it. I get it. But the expectation of moms after we just went through like our bodies went through some trauma. You know what I mean? Like and I think I mentioned this last time. It just blows my mind. I had this major abdominal surgery, is what they call it. They cut through layers of my skin. And yet I'm anticipated to not just to take care of another little being that you want to. Trust me, it's a want, but like to almost not even do the normal, but to even do more than normal. Right now you're carrying this precious baby around, you're feeding this baby, you're not getting sleep, like all the things that you would need after having a surgery of any kind, rest, food, just relaxing, you don't get. And it's normal. It's like, what in the world? Like, I think our system, our society, they need to, if you've had a baby, and particularly if you've had a C-section, honestly, either way, they need to like automatically assign you like a little live-in nurse for the first month or something. You know what I mean? Like, because the intent, like, just because you have to take care of this baby. And trust me, my husband's done a lot. But even the lot that he's done, he can't do it all, right? My husband and my mom have been there, but they can't do it all, right? I mean, there needs to be somebody there who like legit, like it's their job to take care of like you and the baby, okay? Because you trying to take care of yourself, healing, I think would come so much quicker if we just didn't have to do it all day one. You know what I mean? Ugh, anyway. And I say that because I'll admit, you guys, I am, oh my goodness, physically, I'm a little cranky bear because my stomach is still healing, you all know. And my carpal tunnel in my hands, they're still like it's not getting better. It's getting worse, if anything, because I'm constantly holding my baby, taking care of her, constantly doing all kinds of things. Like my hands hurt like crazy. My feet are still swollen, you guys know. And to add to it, okay, this is just me being like, this is the reality of having lack of sleep. I have become clumsier. I'm already a slightly clumsy person. I've become even clumsier. And I'm telling you, I think it was 3 days ago now, maybe. I was not holding my precious baby, thankfully, but I was walking out of the room and I mean, banged my toe on the door. Like, and I fell. Like, I hit the door, I hit the floor, and I am like, oh my gosh. And I'm okay, other than my toe has been hurting ever since. I don't think I broke it because I can still move it. Maybe it's has a fracture in it, or maybe it's just jammed. I don't know. It still hurts, guys. But like, so now my toe hurts on top of all of that. So I'm feeling like a big baby myself while also taking care of my baby. I'm like, this is too much. But anywho, so that is just, I'm telling you what, this time it is new motherhood. Newborn motherhood is different. Now, of course, there are lots of things I love about it, and we're gonna get into that in a minute. But I have to share these things first because I mean, we got to talk about the realness, right? We can't just talk about all the lovely, beautiful things without remembering, like, there's some other sides to this too. Now, the whole thing is beautiful. Remember, we had that whole discussion last week. The whole thing is beautiful, but that doesn't mean every piece of it looks good. And these are the pieces that are a little iffy. I will say there's one night, it was funny. I had I think I was sitting in the rocker and I had her, and then I was like, okay, I need to go get her a bottle. And I had gotten up and I put my slippers on. And while I'm walking, I realized, oh no, I put my slippers on the wrong feet. I was like, I need to change them. I was like, okay, I'll change them when I get back. Y'all tell me why, like, I don't know, an hour later, I'm sitting there, I'm rocking her, and I'm thinking, I still have the slippers on the wrong feet. I never went back and changed it. I never went back and changed it. That's how you know you're tired. When you realize, like, just the little things, like, let me put my slippers on the right feet, and, and you're just like, you don't have time. Things slip my mind like crazy. I'll be like, oh, I need to do that. I need to write that. Literally, like on my way to do it. And then 2 hours later, I'm like, wait a minute. I never did do that. What stopped me? What did I like? What? How did my brain go from like, I'm going to go do this to somehow literally switching it up and not even recognizing that I switched up my goal and didn't do what I had planned to do? So that I'm blaming on lack of sleep. I don't know if it's just mom brain. I don't know what you call it. Um, Other than I'm just not thinking quite the same way, but it's all good. It's all fine. Um, but those are kind of like the interesting late night and consequences of having a newborn. But I will say, so during this time, I have found you get excited about the most random things. For example, the things that disgust you as an adult, and things like poo and changing diapers and burping. The newborn mom, I get excited when I'm like, she had a poopy diaper. Like if she hasn't, I mean, at this point, this is newborn, you guys. So like month 2, you're like, you're gonna regret that probably. But newborn, I'm like, okay. Like when she hasn't had a poopy diaper in like a couple days, I get worried. I like, oh no, like is something wrong with her digestion? So then when she has one, I'm like, yay, like she's still okay. Her body's working. Who would have thought you'd get excited about a poopy diaper, right? Like these are the fun little things. And changing the diaper, you're like, okay, because it means their body is working. Like I said, I know the newness will wear off. I get that. But right now, while I'm in it, I am excited about, okay, her body is working and functioning as it should. And it gets me excited. And it worries me when it doesn't. Now, sometimes now she's so iffy when it comes to diaper changes. Sometimes she's chill, like just and then other times she's just like crying the whole time. I guess she's cold. I guess she's not feeling it. She kicks her legs and kicks me all the time. It's the cutest thing. But a diaper is bad when like she doesn't even mind that you're changing it. Like there was one diaper, I mean, she must have let loose in that diaper, and I was changing it, and the little girl didn't even kick, didn't even cry, didn't even do nothing. I was like, "Oh, this one was bad. Like you were like, please get this off of me." She did not complain, not one bit, when I took that diaper away. So, I think she gets it a little bit. We'll see. But the other thing is, so when laying her down, trying to figure out how to lay her in the bassinet and have her stay in there has been a whole ordeal. But laying down or even not laying down, infants have this little thing called the startle reflex, and their little arms just do this like spazzing out thing. And her startle reflex startles me. Like when she does it all the time. It's completely normal apparently. But when she does it, like I'll be like, what? Like it'll startle me. I think I am turning into her. um, and yeah, like I don't know how I feel about this startle reflex. Apparently it's a good thing. It's what they need. But man, it freaks me out sometimes. I'm like, oh my goodness, is she okay? Like she's just looking like she's spazzing out there for a second. But apparently it is a thing. Getting her to burp is a thing too. It's so important. But sometimes it's like, I don't I don't know if this is working. I've tried to get her to burp, and sometimes she does. Sometimes she has some crazy burps, and it's like, yeah, that's another thing. Like, of course, as an adult and even as a child, you would never encourage just flat out burping, right? But as an infant, I'm like, good girl. Like, you're doing so good. Let it out. The bigger, the better, you know? Um, and so that's just been a new thing that I've noticed and thought was just kind of funny. but I'm here for it. Let's let's do it while let's enjoy it while we can. Like I said, I'm sure it will change the older we get. So at the moment, girl, just do your little poops and burps all that you can. Because we appreciate it. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good to know that your body is working. Another thing though, with this newbornness is learning how to do things one-handed. And this is with my carpal tunnel, it's like, ugh. But because you're holding her, and I am one of those, you guys. Like, I know I can put her down sometimes, and I do, I really do. But I enjoy holding her and just having her with me and cuddling with her. Like, she will get a chance to sleep by herself one day. Actually, I really hope she does soon. Um, but while like just throughout the day, like even right now she's sleeping, but I'm holding her because it's like, why not? Like, like why not give the little extra warmth, the little extra cuddles, the little extra care, to my little sweet thing. Like I don't mind it. Um, and so I have been learning to do things one-handed. It's hard. Everything becomes just a little harder. Like when you sit down and you forget something and you're like, "Oh no." Like I'm going to have to move her, or when she is sleeping and you do not want to move because you don't want to wake her or anything like that. And so you're like, "Oh my goodness." So it's definitely like doing stuff one-handed is challenging, but you're learning, and um picking and choosing your battles. Like, okay, I'm just gonna leave that water over there. I know I meant to grab it. I know I was gonna drink it. But I can't move right now because I got a little bit on me. But anywho, so I absolutely love holding her. I also I found that I make up songs. So, you would think as a singer, I would sing songs that I just know. And I do sometimes. You guys, one time she was sleeping. Not sleeping, I'm sorry. She was awake and she was crying, and we were waiting on the bottle. And when I say I just started singing at the top of my lungs, Believe for It, which is a song I sing at church. I mean, I just started singing that, and she just looked at me like she stopped crying to be like, what?" And I'm just like, "Move the immovable," just scream singing it. It was so loud, and it's loud enough that she was like, and she stopped crying for like the whole time I sang. And then I went right into King of Glory. It's another song I sing, King of Glory, and just singing the thing. And she's like, "What in the world, mom?" But anyway, it did get her quiet until the bottle was warmed up. Um, so we did do that, but I find that a lot of times I'm making up songs. I'm like, "Sweet little Fee, you just look so cute," like just whatever. Or, "Why are you crying? I'm still making your bottle." Like just making up songs with whatever the moment is. Like, "Oh little Fee, we're changing your diaper." Like all the little things, making up stuff, and it's it's been fun. Um I find myself doing that. I wonder if anybody else does that, completely making up songs. I'm like, I'll make up songs about like, "Oh, my little sweet Fee, your skin is peeling, so we're gonna add some lotion to your face." Just whatever, like whatever is going on, that's what we're doing, right? And I'm making a song to go for it. And it's not the most beautiful thing, but I'm trying to, get some music in her life a little bit. So I do think she likes songs. I have her listen to, of course, the "God, I'm just grateful for you," which I think she does like that one. And I think she also likes the oh, what's it called? My Help. That I think I mentioned this maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago. "My help is the Most High Yahweh." Yeah, I think she enjoys that too. I don't know if I enjoy it and therefore she enjoys it because I just listen to it. But when I do listen to it, she doesn't seem to mind. So maybe she does kind of enjoy it. We'll have to see. But anyway, so I do make up songs with that with her. Another thing is so in changing her clothes, okay, and I I'm starting to kind of like picking out her clothes. Now, right now, she is, like I said, a preemie, and a lot of her clothes don't fit. But she's starting to get into some, and I'm starting to get out of the, "Oh my goodness, I gotta change her onesie. Okay, let's just put this on. Okay, like how do I do this?" Like kind of the survival part of it, and then now I'm like, "Oh, let's put you in this onesie. Oh, let's put you in that onesie," because I have tons of clothes that were given to me, and I am so grateful for them. If I wasn't grateful before, I am grateful now. It is so nice to just have a lot of clothes because you go through them like crazy. I know one night, sweet little pea, we went through 3 outfits in one night within like an hour because she had used the bathroom. And so I changed it. And then while I'm changing it, literally like use the bathroom again. And then after that, like peed or something. And then after that, she like pooped right on it. It was just, when I say I changed her outfit 3 times and within like an hour, I did. And I was like, oh my goodness. But we had the clothes to do it. And so I am so grateful to everyone who has ever given clothing or given onesies or outfits or whatever, because I tell you what, we are most definitely going through them and enjoying them. And I appreciate it. And I am finding kind of like my favorite outfits and clothes, but I am also shaking things up a bit too. And so I'm enjoying that part of it. Like I said, nothing quite fits right at the moment, except for like a few things that we bought that were for preemies. But everything is still super cute on her. Um, and I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna wear when we first decide to go out. I told my mom, I said, okay. I said my first church day with her or Sunday with her will be when it is like 50 degrees or more. And mom's like, oh, so you ain't going to church till April? I was like, I don't know. This cold weather, you guys, I am like my baby. I don't want to put her out there in the cold. I know I can bundle her up, and it's not like we're gonna be staying out there in the cold. Um, but I'm just like, I don't know if everybody's sick and flu and things. And I don't know when I'm going to take my precious baby out. Now, like I said, we're 3 weeks in, so I'm nowhere near taking her out. If I take her out, it'll be at like week 6. That's kind of where I'm feeling right now, is week 6 or more, depending on what that weather looks like that weekend. Um, but I am excited about taking her out. I do not know what she's going to wear because I'm not entirely sure what clothes will fit her. Um, I think she's growing. She's been eating a lot more, which is blowing our little minds. We're like, oh my goodness, girl. Like every time she's just like, hey, I'm hungry. What? And I'm like, okay, let's go. Um, but anywho, so I am curious about what I'm gonna put her in, but I do appreciate all the clothes that make it kind of fun. It's like a dress up doll, right? I do like putting her in her little clothes. I will say that I am terrible at taking pictures. I cannot say I'm taking a lot of pictures. I do take a lot of pictures, but I'm terrible at it in the sense that like every picture is like the same. Every pic is like her sleeping. I don't know how people get those newborn pics taken. Like I can see why you'd need a professional because you can't take them yourself, y'all. At least I don't have the creative mind for it. Um, to be able to take really cute, nice pictures. I want nice pictures, like pictures with me and her, pictures with her and her dad and me, especially while she's a newborn. But y'all, it's hard getting around to take pictures, other than, like I said, the million pictures I have of like her sleeping. I have so many of her sleeping, and it's there'll be like 12 pictures of the same moment, and I just can't help it. I'm just like, look how sweet she looks. Oh wait, she shifted by like a half inch. Let me get a picture. Oh, let me see if I can capture her smile. Oh, let me see if I can capture her eyes. All the things. So that's kind of new. I will say that I have a little list of things that I love about her. And one of the things, of course, is her little eyes. So my precious sweet pea, she is now, you guys know, or you may not know, I don't know if you haven't seen me or not, but I am Black. You guys should know that. My husband is white. You may or may not know that. So my precious sweet pea is mixed. And right now, you hear me talking about you? Right now, her skin is very, very light, which I've heard melanin, can take a few months to come in. Um, but her skin is very, very light, and she is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful baby. And her eyes, though, are what's interesting. I thought her eyes would be brown, like mine, or you've seen like mixed kid eyes. They're just like a very pretty dark brown, not sometimes not as dark as say a Black person's eyes. Like our eyes can look black, right? Like my eyes look black unless you look in the sun. But mixed kids' eyes, usually you can tell they're brown. They're a dark brown, but they're brown. Well, her eyes currently are this grayish blue, a dark gray, and beautiful, beautiful little eyes. I'm sure that they will probably change colors. They will either turn into a dark brown or maybe a hazel. I don't know. But I do love looking at her eyes. It is so like, I'm just like, oh, my precious thing. I like looking at her eyes. I cannot wait until she can like tell that it's me. I know as newborns, their vision is a little more blurred and they can't see, fine detail, and they definitely can't see really good far away. But I love looking at her eyes. I like it when her eyes squints at me, or like when her eyebrows are like furrowed. And I say eyebrows where her eyebrows would be are furrowed. My precious baby has no eyebrows at the moment. I hope that's normal. I hope that means they're coming in. But currently my precious baby has no eyebrows. But so when her little eyebrow where there be squints at me is so cute. I love her smile. She will smile in her sleep. She will sometimes smile when she's awake. I don't know if she consciously knows what she's doing or if it's just a subconscious thing or just kind of like a system at work or whatever, but I do love her smile. I love her kicking legs, how her legs kick. She still has the littlest legs. When I was born, my mom and dad always teased me that I had these hams, right? They were like, your legs were thick, your thighs were thick, you were thick and squishy. That is the opposite of my daughter. She has the skinniest little legs and it's so cute. And she kicks them all the time. So I love her little kicking legs and I love her hands that she keeps up near her face. And I mean, I remember every ultrasound, her hand would be right by her face. And I tell you what, same thing, same. She is out of the womb and still her favorite position is having her hand right up by her face. Um, and it's so cute. I love her hands. I mean, I just these are all the things I love about her. I can't help it. I love when she makes a little O with her mouth. Her mouth is just so precious. Her nose is so precious. And I think the little O with the mouth is just a baby thing, like a lot of babies make it. But it's so cute. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at them figuring out their lips and things. And then as terrible as it is when she cries, I love her little bottom lip quiver. Like when she's like, first there's that, and then there's a, with the bottom lip, and it is so cute. Oh, anyways, um, I know these are the things, and you're probably like, okay, we're tired of it. I'm sorry if you're tired of it, but this is my sweetness. I mean, we've waited a long time for this blessing, this little miracle. And my goodness, every day we're reminded she's a miracle. I think I told you guys, I don't know if I told you guys about my placenta being small apparently when they did the autopsy. And apparently it was like extremely small. And that's scary because that can sometimes lead to stillbirth babies. And the more I know, the more I'm just blessed to have this little thing. And so I'm going to enjoy every little thing about her as much as I can. Her little bottom lip quiver, her little kicking legs, her little hands by her face, her eyes, her squinting, all those little things that make her her. I just love it. Um, so anyway, I will say so for my peeps who are who are wondering how my cat is doing, my precious little kitty, he is doing okay. He's still trying to get used to her. He has sniffed her a couple of times. I think he does get concerned when she cries like crazy. Like if she cries a while, he'll start meowing and go near her. And maybe, I don't know if he's just like, hey, she's crying, take care of her or what. But that is, it's cute. He still doesn't, like I said, he's come up to sniff her more often. And that's about it. That's the extent. She hasn't really recognized him. We tried to get her to look at him, but she just doesn't, I mean, she's 3 weeks old, right? And we don't want to get her too close in case there's some allergy type stuff, but the cat's doing okay. He is definitely, still getting used to it. He's still just kind of like, okay, this new creature. I don't know what I think about it, but I do think overall that he is getting used to it, just as we all are. We are all adjusting. Um, but yeah, so you guys, that's all I have written right now. I had probably more that I would have could have shared, but what I'm recording on, my app keeps shutting down. So if it doesn't feel as cohesive as normal, it's because it keeps shutting down. I keep having to jump in and figure out where I left off, and so it's really hard to kind of talk with the flow when you keep having to restart. So I apologize. I apologize if this episode felt a little less, a little disconjointed, a little like less cohesive as normal because of this app thing. I hope it gets fixed. Truly, I really do. Um, But anyways, but I did want to come and I did want to share just the last couple of weeks because these are just the things that are on my mind. And I'm excited about the next few weeks. Oh, you hear my baby breathing. I don't know if you just heard her breathing, but she's just breathing really loud. Oh, look, you guys, we might have good timing. She's about to wake up. I might throw in some of my bloopers at the end to show you guys like how many times I've recorded the beginning of this episode. Trying to get into it, you guys. It has been a doozy of an episode to try to get into. But anywho, I do want to say thank you guys so much for listening, for still sticking around into this motherhood chapter of mine. I am excited about what the future holds with all of this. I am definitely excited to be in this stage with the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all beautiful. It's all wonderful. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening and for tuning in. This has been Phoebe and Phoenix. We're here to say, hope you all have an amazing next couple of an amazing weeks. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in a bit. Hey guys, okay, so I popped back in to say that I inserted two of my introductions of the several that I had before making this final recording. These are my, they're not my, kind of my bloopers, but I didn't realize that they would not be used by the end of it all. But yeah, so I just put two in. I think I put the one that I did like the fourth or fifth time and the other one the sixth time. And anyways, so if you guys are just feel like listening, continuing to listen, you're going to hear me record the introduction twice in my little spiel of like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. Just to show you guys, these are the behind the scenes of podcast recording. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what you're about to hear. If you're not interested, oh my goodness, don't feel like you have to listen at all. But if you just have the podcast rolling, that's what's coming next. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Something About Tuesdays, episode 75. I'm your host, Phebe Joi, and hi. Hey, and what is going on? Is my microphone dead? Is it dying? All right, let's try it again. Hey guys, welcome back to Something About Tuesdays, episode 75. I'm your host, Phebe Joi, and hi. Hey, and welcome. You guys, we are going to try our best to get through this episode. And I say that because I have recorded this introduction. This is my fourth time recording it. And not because of my lovely co-host here, because I've introduced her now 3 times, but because for whatever reason, like a minute into recording, my microphone doesn't work on my phone. I have my microphone hooked up to my interface, hooked to my phone, and it's like it shuts off. So we are going to get as far as we can. Um, again, so episode 75, we're starting off hot because my goodness, I've said it like 5 times. I'm just kidding. Each time it gets bigger. I've said it 10 times. You guys, I started this 20 times. I'm just kidding. This is probably, I think, when I say my fourth time going into it, but hey everybody, welcome back to Something About Tuesdays. I'm your host, Phoebe Joi, and I am joined by our co-host here, Little Miss Phoenix. I like to call her Fee or Miss Sweet Pea. So if you hear any lovely grunts or just sounds or some heavy breathing, that is her contribution to the podcast as she is with me right here. That being said, I might have to pause for a cry. I don't know. I've realized that my voice, really my whole presence, seems to trigger a conditioned response of her wanting to eat, whether she just ate or not. I mean, she could have just ate and ate a bunch too. And literally, if I start talking, she's all of a sudden like rooting around, being like, "More food, food, food." And you guys, I don't nurse exclusively. In fact, I nurse maybe like once a day. The rest is formula, and yet somehow she still recognizes that when it comes to mommy's voice, I want food. And I'm like, what? And it's funny and also like, oh my goodness. Because yeah, my husband, she's like, oh, if when I hear daddy's voice, I can just chill. Yeah, when I hear mommy's voice, I want to eat. So even right now, she's in my arms, she's looking all around, and yet also somewhat kind of rooting. So you might hear some some sound, some grunts, some breathing, whether as she decides, how hard she wants to go or if she's gonna give mommy a break or what. But right now she's doing fantastic. Love her to death. And hey everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to Something About Tuesdays, episode 75. I'm your host, Phebe Joi, and hi, hey, and welcome. You guys. Okay. You may hear a bit of levity in my voice. You may hear a bit of frustration in my voice. You may hear, I don't know what, it might sound different because you all, I have recorded this introduction. This is like five, 6 times because I had my microphone and whatever reason it kept cutting off for like the first 3 or 4 times. So I thought I fixed it by the fourth and fifth time. And I think I did. I recorded for like almost 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden I looked down and my phone's like off. And I was like, what? And I was like, what is this? So I think I recorded some, I think my microphone shut off. So it didn't even record the 10 minutes that I did record. Oh my goodness. So here we are again. Y'all, we are trying this one last time. Hopefully you will get this. But anywho, okay, so we're trying this again. I'm glad I didn't make it to like the end of the episode before I realized things were sounding wonky, but hopefully this sounds okay to you. I am recording this like straight raw. I'm not using my microphone because it kept shutting off for whatever reason. This is just me and my iPhone, and watch it sound better. I would love and appreciate that. But here we are. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, see how far Fee and I can get, and then need to make whatever adjustments we need to make. No, oh, Fee, you aren't going to make this easy for me. Listen to that sweet cry. You're probably like, it's not sweet to us. Hi, Fee. You gonna let me record? Yeah? Can you let me record? No. I mean, we don't have to. Okay, Fee. Welp, you guys. So I ended my recording there. Fee was starting to get, I think that was Saturday, and she was starting to get a little antsy maybe. You could hear her little grunts and stuff. And so I did end that on Saturday to pick back up on Sunday. So yeah, anyway, you guys, what a fun weekend trying to get this episode out. But honestly, it has been fun. It's been kind of funny. After it happens like for the third and fourth time, at that point it's it's humorous. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning into this episode again. I hope the piecemealing it together wasn't too much of a distraction for you. I hope you still enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll catch y'all in a couple weeks.